episode 19 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. On today's episode, them guys recap the Week 15 games and then analyze the Week 16 matchups for their respective teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. They also will discuss how well they did predicting the other Week 15 games, as well as recapping the results from their Week 15 fantasy matchups.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Damen und Herren, it's time for the podcast featuring Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. This is the only place that's talking Hawks and Kings, but to be specific, we're talking Seattle Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. So strap up. We're taking you on a fantastic voyage, unlike any you've ever been on, so sit back and get ready to set sail to the emerald-rich lands of the Seattle Seahawks and the treasure-filled valleys of the Minnesota Vikings, with your hosts, Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. Let's get it.
Football fans, Scolders, and the 12s, welcome to episode 19, Cap.
Glad to be here, brother man.
19 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. I'm Billy Gold, along with my co-host, Captain Vuk.
Oh, it's hot in the Emerald Nation, B Gold. Let's do this.
And the Maverick, our production engineer, Mike, Top Gun, Cruz. Mike, start it off with the barrel roll attack.
Hit the brakes, Mike. Hit the brakes and they'll fly right past you.
All right, give me the Immelman turn.
Hit the afterburners on them. Oh, splash one.
All right, it's time for the high yo-yo.
Man, he's doing it all for us. Thank you, Mike. Top Gun.
I need one more. He's gone.
Top Gun on display.
He didn't do the split S.
Hey, that's beautiful.
I did my homework.
Beautiful. Yes, you did. Next time we got to do something inverted. Can you do something inverted for us? That's my guy right there. That's Top Gun, y'all.
We got another great episode in store for you today. I'm going to be making definitions up for all those barrel roll attacks and all this stuff. It might be the fight scene. We'll figure something out. We're going to recap the Week 15 games. Yes, we are. And then take a deep dive into the Week 16 matchups for our respective teams. We also will predict the outcomes of all the Week 16 games and also discuss the Real Deal's Fantasy Conference Championship matchup.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Well, who were you playing?
Oh, we were playing air. We had a bye week
Yes, you
for the
did.
rest of the playoffs.
As always, and by the way, I was in 4 championship matchups.
Multitasking, huh?
I was in 4. I was in 4 leagues this year.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll talk later. As always, fill up the solo cup. You're gonna need it because I need it. Sit back and get ready for another fantastic voyage. Hey, Cap.
My brother, what's cracking?
Are you ready to roll?
I'm always ready to roll. I wish I could say that for my squad as far as the offense goes. But what up, Scolders? Congrats on being in the hunt. We 12s know that feeling all too well. Enjoy it. To the 12s. I don't know what to tell you aside from what you already know. Our team this year has been as polar opposite as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, and heck, we've even been so polar as to be like Professor Sherman Klump and Buddy Love in the movie The Nutty Professor. But guess what, B Gold? It only gets worse. But we'll talk about it. So let's ride into it, brother.
All right. As we typically do, can we start the day with some questions and open items?
Love to do it.
All right. I have 2 questions this week.
Okay, questions first. Let's go.
All right. Kat, what is something that people are obsessed with, but you just don't get the point of?
Ooh, there was a time when there was this thing called Pokemon, and people were out in the community trying to find something on their phone or what have you. To me, that was a little bit different. And, you know what I do for a living, but a lot of people don't. And we were catching people in some situations where probably wasn't a great idea to be following around a computer if you don't know exactly where you are. So that concerned me, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there will be more when I hear you speak on it.
All right, so I'm going to get killed for this one. Cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
If your whole life is centered around this device, get a hobby. Cell phone, you kidding me? You know what? I carry it when it rings. I cringe. When I get a text, I got to find where to look. I don't want no more cell phones. Where's my pager?
Yeah.
Where's my pager and my dimes?
The pager.
So I can call somebody up on a payphone. I don't want a cell phone.
And for those that don't know what he meant when he said, "Where are my dimes?" That's back in the day when there were phone booths out there. We know about that. And at
the end, there were quarters. Dimes is even further back. It was in the black and white era.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
All right, you want to throw one in before I go to my second one?
You mean a question? Yeah.
Yes.
Let me give you this one right here. This is for B Gold. If B Gold was trapped in a blizzard and stuck for 7 straight days, what are 3 must-haves regarding supplies? And having your family with you is a given. So what 3 things must B Gold have for 7 days stuck in a house for a blizzard?
Wow. It's endless, right?
Always. Even if it wasn't, yours will be endless.
All right, so
for sure.
You know, for me and the real deal, it's two separate.
That's exactly why this is for B Gold.
So for me,
because I already know what the real deal would be.
So for me, I need cable.
Okay.
I'll take cable.
Now you want cable.
I got endless cable. Okay. I said all my answers have.
Oh, you know what? I got to throw one thing in there.
All right, go ahead, throw it in there.
The power's out.
I got a generator, dude.
Okay, there you go. Now you're talking.
And here's the thing.
There you go.
I bought that generator for my neighbors. You want to know why?
Why?
Because as soon as I bought it, I never lost power again.
But they did.
No, they didn't. The neighborhood never lost power again.
Oh, my gosh.
As soon as I invested the $12,000, we don't lose power anymore.
Thanks, Home Depot, or wherever you got it from.
I'm prepped for that. So, yes, I'm prepped for that.
Okay, good. So that's a good start right there.
Let's see. What else?
So you got the power. You got the power. You got the power. What else do you need? 2 more things.
I need. I got the power. I could cook. I need food and drink. Now I don't know if that counts as
drink can stay with the food because they go hand in hand. So I'm with you on that.
Food and drink, same thing. Endless. You know, maybe a big freezer downstairs that's into the generator.
Yep.
Or the fridge stocked up to last. I got 2 fridges, by the way.
Okay.
So
they'll be running.
Stock them up.
And here's the tricky one. Number 3.
And number 3. Toilet paper.
Okay. That became a problem a few years ago, didn't it?
It came a couple months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Toilet paper. You want to know why? I don't want a towel up there.
Because B Gold likes to be clean.
Exactly. So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
That is a necessity item, right? And
right.
We went through a period about a month ago or 2 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, where you couldn't find it.
Well, it was a serious shortage
you
out there
could
for
not
some
find
reason.
it.
Yeah.
So that awoke me.
I like it. Good answers. Yeah, for me, power generator for sure to run the whole crib.
Yep.
Plenty of food and drink and a grill. That's my third one because we can get outside and make some things happen with the grill.
Not in this weather.
We'll grill in the cold.
Well, you will. All right. I'll go in the hot tub in the cold. That's about it. Now, I always give my wife grief. Yeah, honey, I'll put the cover on, freezing my rear end off while you go inside. Oh, I got it.
Oh, now do you have 2 questions for me or 1?
I have a second question.
Okay.
All right. What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives?
One thing that everyone should do at least once in their lives. I think they should go to an NFL football game and sit somewhere, if you can, in the 100 section so you can actually hear the action out there. Because a lot of people,
Well, explain the 100 section because people might not understand that.
Well, the lowest level that's closest to the field, but up high enough where you can still see the game and hear the dialogue on the sideline that you happen to be sitting on. and you can hear the contact on the field, because it changes your perspective on things, especially if you've never played it. You'll get a better, healthier respect for what's happening out there. And you can still, see the speed of the game and the precision, but the contact is what will probably stand out to folks, and they'll be like, wow, I didn't know it was that serious. It's real serious out there.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, that's a good question. What about you?
Well, I have one answer, but I have 3 examples.
Okay.
I say you pick something expensive that you normally would not purchase and just go ahead and do it.
Live in the moment.
I got 3 examples that I've done. I got the gazebo.
Yep.
Keeps the sun out of your eyes. The party can still go on if it rains.
Okay.
And I can put my furniture in there during the winter so the snow don't get on it.
There you go. Multi-purpose.
Second one is a putting green.
Okay.
It makes the party go on longer.
Absolutely does, from dusk till dawn.
We've
done that.
We've lit the putting green up. And the final one is the island of Lanai.
Tell them what that is.
Well, I took my wife and daughter on a vacation to Kanapali on Maui, and we paid for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. And when I got there, we could see this little island in the distance, and there was a ferry that went there. So we researched it, and I looked it up, and I can't remember the name of the resort that was there. 4 Seasons? I think it was a 4 Seasons.
Oh, can't go wrong with that.
It was the only resort on the island. Now, keep in mind, we already had our accommodations for the 10 days we were in Hawaii.
Oh, boy. Okay, how's this going to turn out?
So I called over to the general manager and said, dude, it's the real deal. I'm in town. What can you do for me?
Did he show you some love?
He showed me some love.
Nice.
What he said was, well, it wasn't cheap, but he showed me some love. He said, you could come tonight, and I'll let you check in at 10 a.m. on the first ferry, and I'll let you check out at the last ferry at 5 p.m. the next day. So if you typically go to a hotel, you typically don't get in until 4 o'clock. So I got 6 additional hours there, and you typically have to check out by 11. So I got 6 extra hours there. So I almost got like 2 full days at the resort. And it just happened to be that Wednesday night was the manager's cocktail party.
That's a real deal hookup. That's the real deal moment of that
that
day.
Been a real deal moment.
No kidding.
I spent
that happens
to go to Lanai for one night, because you can go online and see what 4 Seasons costs. It's not cheap, especially Lanai. But I think everyone should, when you want to do something, even if it puts you back a little bit and you're there, you're in the moment, just do it.
I like that. That's good. And that is truly living in the moment right there. You don't miss the roses when they're right in front of you. Question number 2 for B Gold. If the Seahawks don't have Pete Carroll next year, and we'll have some conversation about that type of thinking today, what type of coach do you think is ripe for the job? A, freelancing forward and innovative thinker like another Pete Carroll. B, a disciplinarian whose tolerance levels for nonsense are low. Bud Grant, Bill Cowher come to mind. Or C, super cool, never ruffled, steady presence. And to me, Tom Landry comes to mind. Very detail-oriented, professional. Not that the others are not, but in their own way. What do you think?
I think the players have passed the Tom Landry type of coach. So I don't think he'd be a good fit anywhere. I think you should hire Mike Zimmer.
You're trying to see our franchise go down.
No.
Down.
I would say it depends on who's coming back, because I heard on the radio today, and a lot of this stuff's probably made up, but Russell Wilson has already waived his no-trade clause to either go to Denver, New York, or New Orleans.
I haven't heard any of that, and we can try to confirm that quickly.
I heard that today, so maybe got to get Seattle Socrates on that.
He's probably already on it,
I heard
and I'll
that
check
today.
with him.
So I would say it depends on who the personnel is. I mean, if you're going to go with a lot of young players, you might want a college-oriented coach or somebody who's recently came to the NFL. If you're looking for somebody that's going to, be a disciplinarian, I don't think that works anymore.
Yeah, see, I want a mix between A and B. I want some discipline in the program, but not to the point where you can't have fun. But I want some innovation. I want some fearlessness and some risk taking, so that you can maximize your players' talents and let them play on the edge. Be disciplined, but play on the edge and try to dominate every single play.
I'll tell you who that would be, but he's number one on my list. It would be the Harbaugh from Michigan.
Okay.
That
would be crazy if he came to Seattle.
I know what happened in
that's a big rivalry, but hey.
But you know what? He is that mold.
He is that
right
guy.
There. He has the college contacts. He's a disciplinarian, but he also lets players play.
He does. That could be a conversation.
And he'll take some risks.
Oh, no question about it. So will his brother.
Right, exactly. So you don't think he'd want to come in and try and put Pete Carroll to rest?
He would love to come in, I would think, and try to take that program.
But the Vikings get first shot at him.
You guys still got Zimmer. You guys are heading to the playoffs, so Zimmer may be with you guys for a while.
No, he's cut. He's cut. Exactly. I'll Top Gun go in and drop a couple of...
No, ordnance? Drop some ordnance on him? We're talking about cases of soda, y'all.
Exactly.
Hey, I got one question for the real deal, though.
Yes, sir.
I can't forget him because last time I forgot him, he came after me and chased me for like 3 miles. So if the real deal had to go to Vikings headquarters to meet with Bud Grant, what would he ask for?
Bud Grant.
And he probably doesn't have a whole lot of time either, knowing that guy.
Or he doesn't remember much.
Oh.
He's getting up there in age. What would I ask him for, or what questions would I ask?
What would you ask him for?
I'd say, Bud, what was your key to success to coaching? So I could pass it along to the next guy who's going to enter the building.
That was my follow-up. What would you do with that information? But you just said it.
I got to pass it along to the next
guy. So
are
you Viking through and through.
I'm a Viking.
You want to see it? Yeah.
I kind of know what he did because I read a lot of his books, but I'm sure there's some things that we're not put in writing.
Probably, just like that other guy that I forget his name, but that was an amazing press conference.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. It was Jerry Burns.
They don't make people like that very often anymore.
All right, let's move on to some open items from the previous episodes. Open item number 1, this is Mike's favorite, or it's become his favorite, the Mighty Heroes.
Homework.
Chance to watch the Ghost Monster episode. I did it, and you know what? Kugel Man took some big hits.
He did.
He got destroyed a couple times. Great team effort at the end to destroy the haunted house. It was a great team effort. To take that giant tree that Strongman ripped out of the ground and fly it and knock the whole house down. It's still not my best episode. Shocker stays at number 1.
I agree.
And this one checks at number 2, but we only watched 3. So this one will probably not stay in the top 5 for long, but Shocker remains at number 1.
Yeah, I noticed how agile the big ghost was when they all tried to rush him and he just dove into the sky and they all collided with each other. His laugh was killing me. Hilarious laugh. And, the Mighty Heroes were committed as usual. Rope Man had made a mistake. Cuckoo Man made a mistake. And
Cuckoo Man
Diaper Man kept them together, kept them focused on the mission. And they ended up getting it done.
All right. Want to move on to real deal moment of the week or the tip of the cap from the cap?
I have one more open item.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, you gave me a directive basically because I had mentioned I picked another 40 burger last week. And I think you said that there may not be many 40 burgers in the league. And I think you were going to check it, but I checked it.
Good.
Every single week except for I think week 5 or 6, somebody scored 40 points. And I don't think they did it this past week here, week 15, but there was like week 4 or 5 or 6 that nobody scored 40, but every other week somebody scored 40, which I didn't even know. And,
wow, I did not know that either.
And the Buccaneers scored 45, I think, once, and 52 early in the season.
And what they score this week?
Oh, they got the goose egg. Gets them by you boys.
How nice was that? So what I will say to that is they've changed the rules so much to make this an offensive league because they think that's what the fans want. We want fairness between offense and defense. Putting 40 burgers up against each other, it's we got to change it back.
I agree.
Okay. You want to do the tip of the cap from the cap?
Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, the tip of the cap from me this year, or for this week, goes to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions beat the Arizona Cardinals in a unexpected, unpredictable victory. I even picked the Cardinals to win because I thought that they would just get it done. But I've been mentioning all season that this team fights, these Detroit Lions. And Coach Dan Campbell, I see you. Did you see them in the locker room after the game?
I did.
those guys will run through a wall for that man. And that's not going to stop. So they're going to be trouble next year if they keep playing like that. So hats off to the Detroit Lions. I love that type of effort. So well done.
Captain.
All right. So I have a mini tip of the cap from me. I was scrolling through these other shows, and there was this duo on. I did not get the name of them, but we do a lot of singing and poems and rhymes on our show.
Yes, we do.
Well, are you familiar with the song "The Roof Is on Fire"?
Intimately.
Okay. Well, there's a San Francisco-based duo that they go, Ayuk, Ayuk, Ayuk is on fire. And I did not get the rest of it, but I listened. I was like, it caught my attention, and I tried to find it. I could not find it. So we got to find that one. Got to give a little shout out to those guys because I thought it was an excellent job because I know we go that path a lot of ways. So
yes, we do. Now I like the throwbacks and the shout outs to the old school music. I've chanted that song many a night, out and about when I was a younger
who sings that song?
fella. Hold on.
Challenge question.
Hold on. Who sings that song?
Rock Master Scott.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would have got that, but that rings a bell as soon as you say that.
One-hit wonder.
Yeah.
One-hit wonder.
Quite a few of those back then.
Yeah, there was. One-hit wonders. Okay. Let's get a touch on a real deal moment of the week. The real deal moment of the week. I think we mentioned to you guys that we were going on a road trip. So the Cap, Top Gun, myself, and our significant others went on a little limo trip to Arthur Avenue.
The Boogie Down Bronx, baby.
Boogie Down Bronx. And we went to a restaurant. Big shout out to this restaurant. I've been there many times. I think it was the first time for Cap and Top Gun.
It was.
Called Enzo's. How was the service and the food at Enzo's, guys?
Awesome.
Outstanding. The food was delicious. The pace of the food coming out was delicious. Everything that they brought to the table was, you guessed it, delicious.
How were those meatballs with the onions and the hot peppers as an appetizer?
Phenomenal.
Oh, they should mail those out, right?
Yeah. That was a really good evening.
I couldn't stop talking about it to my colleagues saying, if you went there and just got three appetizer orders of meatballs, you'd walk out of there a happy man.
Very happy.
Worth the drive.
That was a great time.
Right. So we had a great trip, but we wanted to just give you guys a little recap because Enzo's should be on your radar. Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. Great time.
Bronx was holding it down as usual.
All right. Let's get to the Bam Bam moment of the week. Cap, light us up.
Okay. Well, listen, everybody knows that we lost the game, right? But that doesn't stop me from looking for effort. And I saw in the first half, I saw 3 legitimate Bam Bams, but I'm just going to pick one because I'm a little angry still that they played so hard on defense and we couldn't get this W. But in the first quarter, with about 9 minutes and 3 seconds left on 1st and 10 for the old Rams, number 27 for the Rams, Mr. Henderson, you got bam-bammed by number 5, Deuce, Darrell Taylor. Darrell Taylor was letting people have it all day. Not unusual. I think he beat the team in tackles, even ahead of Bobby, I believe. I'll confirm that later, but that guy is going to be here for a long, long time, and we're real happy to have him. So well done, DT. Bam-bamming your way into the city, buddy.
All right, I got one too, and I actually sent you guys a link to it today. It was during the Pittsburgh Titans game, and I happened to be watching the Red Zone channel, and I just happened to, because Minnesota was playing on Monday night, and Pittsburgh Titans, during the game, Pittsburgh's tight end, Pat Freiermuth, he was knocked out
He was
on his feet by the Titans cornerback, Christian Fulton, and then while he was knocked out on his feet, couldn't decide whether he was going to fall or not.
He was frozen. He was frozen. He was out on his feet.
He was then hit again by linebacker Zach Cunningham. It was one attack. He did not return. Concussion.
He took a shot a few weeks back too. I remember we highlighted it in here. You did.
He's gotten whacked.
He's struggling, man. Hope everything works out for him.
Okay, anything else before we move on to the game recaps?
I'm good to go.
All right, let's get to the Week 15 recap of the Vikings. Where's that skull horn? Got that queued up? Beautiful. While it wasn't pretty, the outcome was never really in question. A Bears TD on the last play of the game closed out the scoring, in the Vikings' 17-9 victory. Cousins connected with Justin Jefferson for a 12-yard touchdown in the first quarter and threw a 7-yarder to Emar Smith-Marset in the third, filling in for the injured Adam Thielen. That was about it. He was 12 for 24 for only 87 yards with an interception, and he got sacked 4 times. The offensive line struggled. That when we go against these talented defensive tackles that can get the pressure up the middle, we struggle. But you know what? That's on our very young offensive coordinator who does not adjust.
That never helps.
Dalvin Cook ran for 89 yards after going for 205 against Pittsburgh. But you know what? The calls were not made for him to succeed. It was the defense that led the way. DJ Wonnum, defensive end, had a career-high 3 sacks. Probably should have had 4 or 5. And the Vikings recovered 3 fumbles on the way to their second straight win after back-to-back losses. They also blocked a field goal attempt.
Now, didn't your guy, Eric Kendricks, call out the D before the game?
No, he did not. I'll get to it. It was not him.
Oh, who was it?
It was not him.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that.
All right, good.
The game plan coming into Week 15 was one that should have never been attempted against the Bears. Never. The entire starting secondary was out for Chicago, so they should have attacked through the air. What did the Vikings do? They ran Dalvin Cook directly at Akeem Hicks to open up the passes. Mike, it didn't work. Zimmer, he loves running the ball to control the clock and then trusting his defense to play well. He does not know how to adjust based on the opponent. They should have attacked with quick passes and screen passes. There were no screen passes. This would have moved the chains all night, and it would have been a blowout. Minnesota only gained 193 total yards by playing Zimmer ball. When Coach Zimmer was asked at halftime how he could improve the offense,
What did he say?
he said they were throwing the ball way too much. They only had 87 yards throwing the ball. How's that too much?
Oh, man.
He's lucky the defense was finally up to the task. And the Bears were making multiple mistakes. Awful, awful, awful coaching. The Vikings now stand at 7-7. Next up is the Rams, who visit US Bank Stadium this Sunday. Before we get to the Seahawks, I got a fun fact. No more not so fun facts. And a game ball. Breaking news, and then bam, we're on to the Seahawks. Fun fact.
I know you're going to dig this.
Thank you. The streak continues. All but one of Minnesota games have been decided by 1 score. You're on cue this week, man. You got it. Man, repetition comes with results.
No doubt.
All right, now we're going to talk about what you were just talking about a little minute ago. Game balls. Defensive tackle. Sheldon Richardson. Earlier in the week said the reason the defense wasn't performing well was that there was too much freelancing. He forced a fumble that wasn't called, and then he ran over to Mike Zimmer and told him to challenge the ruling on the field. Richardson, and it was overturned. We got the ball back. Richardson seems to be taking on a much-needed leadership role for this team. And lastly, breaking news this week. Bashad.
Yes.
Get out of here, Breland, was cut Saturday after arguing with coaches and then having a heated exchange with another player. This release was long overdue. I called for it for weeks.
Yeah, it's too bad it took that.
Good riddance. Cat,
My man.
let's get on to your recap.
Captain.
All right, it was a rough week for the Hawks and the 12s and Emerald Nation, but it is what it is, so we're going to run through it. So now we're 5-9. And we're going to talk about how we got there from just being 5-8 the week prior with everything on the line. I hate to do it, but I got to start with Coach Waldron, man. Your play calling to me was predictable, horrific, and below expectations for a game that literally was of Super Bowl impact. Great job. Watching our defense fight like crazy with Carlos Dunlap rising from the dead while our offense could not sustain drives. I mean, honestly, I almost threw up. Not kidding. Knowing that everything was at stake, I didn't sense the urgency. I didn't see it. And being content with lackluster play, I sensed that on offense. That makes me super angry. People get mad at, folks like Beckham and Keyshawn Johnson back in the day when they're on the sideline saying, get me the freaking ball. I don't see any of that. the season could be over. Remember last week we were at 3% chance of getting in the playoffs? Guess what we are now? Slim to none. That's the official rating that I heard on social media. So
How much lower can you go than
it's just going to take one more one more win by somebody else, and we're going to seal our own coffin. But the defense still does struggle to get off the field on third down. But I saw a lot of fight from our flipping defense. I'm gonna give you some numbers, and then we're not gonna sit in this pool of despair for too long. But I want to give you some numbers, okay? Russell Wilson, he was 17 for 31, 156 yards with an average of 5 yards. That's pathetic. His QB rating, 55.3, embarrassing for a guy with that kind of talent. Let's compare him to Mr. Stafford. He was 21 for 29, 244 yards, 8.4 average, not great. Our defense was doing their thing. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Russell didn't throw any picks. But Stafford had a QB rating of 106.1. Now, I'm going to touch on some running a little bit. We ran the ball 19 times, 8 to DJ Dallas, average 5.1. Rashad Penny ran it 11 times, 3.5. That's all.
That's all.
Those are not bad numbers, but for some reason, it's time to stop them when they're being successful.
Exactly.
We didn't have Tyler Lockett because he had the COVID. So we always wish him a speedy recovery. But, you know, they threw the rock to DK Metcalf 4 times. He caught all 4. And he never had a chance to really change the game. Some of the opportunities that he had were horrible throws, in my opinion, to where he didn't really have a shot. And if he did, he was going to get decapitated. Super frustrating. We became predictable. And we had some discipline issues with penalties. We had 8 penalties again, like the week before. On third down, this has been a highlighted problem as well, B Gold. We were 3 for 11.
I saw it.
Sickening. They were 6 for 12 because our defense was on them. They had 4 penalties for 434. Now, we had the ball for 24 minutes and 54 seconds. So guess what? No excuses this time.
That's an uptick, yeah.
You had enough times with the ball to do something, and we didn't do it. It really bothers me because I'm watching this defense fight, scrap, blitz, run bracket coverage, just trying to stop Cooper Kupp, who's basically unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
But him and Sony Michel, we had some missed tackles too. We lost some integrity on the edge, and we missed some tackles, you know, as the running backs were hitting the line of scrimmage. It just makes our lives harder. So the only thing I can say is that the Rams found a way to hold on to what was an explosive second half kind of for them. It was 10-10 at halftime, which is equivalent in my mind of a 0-0 score.
I thought it was 3-3 at halftime.
It was 10-10.
At halftime?
At halftime.
Really?
Yep. And we can double check it. I don't have the box score in front of me, but we can check it.
I thought because I
and then
couldn't get the game, so I kept trying to pay attention to it. I thought it said 3-3 at halftime.
See, Top Gun, maybe you can check it. But I had the notes at 10-10 at halftime, which to me is a 0-0 score.
Yes.
Game is still on the line, and so to manage 0 points in the second half for us with everything on the freaking line, knowing that a loss could crush your whole opportunities to get into the playoffs, I almost threw up at the end of the game. Now, I look at the Detroit Lions, and they play with everything they can every Sunday, and we talked about that already. They don't quit. They showed grit. So if you look at their history, it'd be easy to tank in there, but no. And then did you get did Top Gun find the info?
We did. It was 3-3 at halftime.
Okay, so 3-3 at halftime. Thanks for correcting me on that. And then we did score, I guess, a little bit in the second half.
I have it in my thoughts.
But okay, but not enough to get the W. So the coach for the Lions, I just want to make a quick comparison. He's clearly got the pulse of his team. I don't think the coaches have the pulse of his team right now. I don't really see that. And so it's very frustrating, but it is what it is. If there's change at the end of the season, I think I'll welcome it. You know, I'm not advocating for that. I wouldn't mind if the OC, I don't know if he can step up, man. I really don't, but
sometimes you take a risk on these geniuses, and the so-called genius doesn't work out. But
whose job is it to get the defense off the field?
Coach Carroll.
It's the offense. That's their job, to get the D off the field, and they just seem to not be able to do it. You know, I look at all these other teams, and again, Cooper Kupp, they're giving him the ball in the perimeter. They're giving him the ball across the middle.
Nobody can stop him.
They're giving him the ball out of the backfield, and I look at our roster. We got Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Gerald Everett, Will Disley, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, Freddie Swain, Penny Hart, Chris Carson, Alex Collins. And now we got Adrian Peterson, future Hall of Famer. All these ballers.
Did he suit up?
I didn't even see him touch the field.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And we can't do anything on offense? Is that on the players or is that on the coaching? We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
So anyway.
All right, here's my thoughts.
I'm out.
Seattle played an even first half and then took a 7-point lead early in the third quarter, 10-3. But they could not sustain their momentum.
Truth.
And the lead. Not having Tyler Lockett as a safety blanket hurt Russell Wilson. Cooper Kupp had a monster game.
He did.
Actually, he had a ghost monster
There
game.
you go. I was hoping you'd pull that in there. Well done. Well done.
And Sony Michel looked like Gale Sayers at times.
He did. We couldn't tackle him. And you know what? You can't tackle. You get hurt.
History report for you. You might look up Gale Sayers when you get a chance so you understand who Gale Sayers is.
And do you think Cooper Kupp was using the Monsterizer before the game to go into that mode?
If not, he was using the bigger digger. Anyway.
Oh, man. We digress, but it's all good.
5-9, the Seahawks are now guaranteed a losing season for the first time that I can remember. And then I checked it for 10 years since Russell Wilson's been there, which could result in major changes. What they will be is the question.
Agreed. We will find out together.
All right.
That's for sure.
So do you have anything before we get to the picks? I have one thing before we get to the picks, but
I got nothing.
All right. So I have outside the box with the real deal. And this infuriated me yesterday, and today. Sports Illustrated writer Dan Nobody Gartland. What do you say, Mike? He has no followers.
He got nobody watching him?
Exactly. He should be working at Walmart.
Uh-oh.
He posted an article yesterday stating Kirk Cousins threw one of the worst interceptions you will ever see. This guy, he's a complete buffoon. He clearly knows little about the game of football and probably never played it down in his life. He probably never played electric football. Justin Jefferson was held on the play and stumbled trying to free himself. Cousins was attempting to give his guy a shot at a big play, and he did not see what happened to Jefferson. This was a timing play. Clearly, Dan Gartland doesn't know what a timing play is. You throw the ball to a spot thinking the guy's going to get there. Cat, am I on with that one?
100%.
All right. So these Monday morning QBs should go write something else. Go write recipes. Go write something. You don't know what you're talking about with football because Cousins, for the most part this year, and I've killed him, but he's been impressive this year.
He's handled his business this year. Nobody can hate on him this year.
You're not playing lights out every week.
If you're talking crazy about Kirk Cousins, that's personal. You just don't like him as a person for some bizarre reason. But you can't argue the guy's numbers and performance. Look at the record. They're still alive. His guys catch the ball. He knows the offense. He's not making blunder after blunder after blunder.
Exactly. You're gonna
like Cuckoo Man.
And by the way, he doesn't make the game plan.
That's true.
He follows the game plan.
At least you guys have a game plan on offense.
We have a high school coordinator. He's just out of diapers.
He's young. I got to give you that. He's a young fella.
It's his first year, so he's not going to come up with a great game plan every week. He's progressed, but don't put it on Cousins. Cousins is out there following the recipe.
Right. Now, see, our first year OC, he's had good games and he goes backwards though.
But he's been doing it for a while. His father did this.
He's never been an OC except in high school though, our guy.
All right.
I hope he gets it right.
Okay, let's get to the week 16 picks.
Yo, it's time for the picks, the weekly predictions by them guys. Get your notebooks out because they rarely miss. Make way for Captain Book when he makes his picks. You can't touch this dude. Reppin' Hawks in the Emerald Nation. All units, battle stations. So welcome to the battle zone. It's a place where Captain Book is never alone. With his guide, he goes by his side. Sporting purple, always ready to ride. A real Viking maniac, never afraid to go on the attack. And when needed, in comes the real deal. He's got a real feel for NFL skill. So listen close and get the word. Don't be the one who hadn't heard about Captain Book and Blue Gold. Dropping knowledge, truth be told. Pick the picks. Battle tested.
Here we go.
All right. Season prediction record. after the Week 15 results. Cap went 12-4.
Trying to do what I can.
12-4.
Trying to help people make money.
He's now at 132-73 for the season. I wasn't awful either. I was 11-5. And now I'm 124-81. But Cap's increased his lead to 8 games. Time's running out for me.
I'm just trying to handle some business here.
8 games up. Ugh. All right. You know what?
What's up?
We might switch this up a little bit.
Okay.
Let's start out with the...
Oh, here we go. Where are we going?
Let's start
Format broken. Let's go.
Let's start out with Chicago at Seattle.
Okay.
The Bears are not a very good team. Now, I want you to listen to my picks this week and the word verbiage I'm going to use. Seattle Seahawks maul the Bears at home.
Wow, I like this.
23-13.
Wow. Upset with my squad, as is everybody in the Emerald Nation and all the 12s, and I know the Seahawks are upset too. They have pride. They're playing at home in Luma Stadium. Green Lantern won't be on because it's too early, but their willpower is going to seize the day. Seattle Seahawks do not get embarrassed at home. 31-13 victory. Go Hawks.
Wow, big victory. Okay, I want you to pick... No, you know what? I was going to have you pick the Minnesota Rams game first, but I really want the Vikings to win. I really do.
I know you do.
I really do.
And I want them to win too.
But the LA Rams QB looked really good against the Seahawks.
He did. A lot of QBs look good against us sometimes.
And Cooper Kupp is unstoppable. He's unstoppable. Pains me to do this. Rams 24, Vikings 20.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I mean, you guys have definitely enough to beat them, especially if you can get Thielen back. I think it's going to be a close barn burner, but I got to take the Rams 31-30, even though it's on the road and it's tough to win in your house. But
Yep.
they got some weapons over there.
Hurts me. All right. Other Week 16 games predictions.
Well, I got the Slim Jim here. I'm not sure Ric Flair's gonna make it this week.
Macho Man, what's up, bro? Welcome back again. Rick is in the building, representing Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Get that Slim Jim out of here. I'm back.
I'm glad they didn't start fighting. That's what I thought was going to happen. Cool.
All right, let's get to the other games. Thursday game, San Francisco at Tennessee. Titans lost a backbreaker to the Steelers, which the Cap called last week, while the 49ers easily handled the Falcons. Should be a very close game. I got Tennessee 24, 49ers 23.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be real close Thursday night football. Can't wait for it. I have Tennessee holding it down at their crib, 30-28 over the Niners.
I have a feeling Cap's going to coast the rest of the year so he can keep this 8-game lead on me. But
No, trust me, I got some doozies in here for you.
I'm kidding. All right, I got Cleveland at Green Bay.
I know you're picking Cleveland. Let's hear what your score is.
Green Bay will have little trouble with the Browns at home, 30-20.
Yeah, I think Green Bay knocks them loose. Green Bay 28, Cleveland 10.
There you go. That's a beatdown. All right.
Oh, you haven't heard nothing yet.
Indy at Arizona, Saturday, 8 p.m. Injuries really starting to affect Arizona. Hopkins gone for the year. The Colts stampede the Cardinals.
I love it.
27-20.
Well done. You can make me step my game up next week. I got Indianapolis getting it done. On the road, 21, Arizona 20.
Oh, close game. Okay, let's move on to Detroit at Atlanta. The Lions roar past the Falcons. 23-16.
I love it. I got the Detroit Lions getting it done, feeling themselves, got momentum. 28 over Atlanta, 19.
19. Okay. Baltimore visits Cincinnati. The Bengals prey on the Ravens. 24-20.
I love it. I think the Cincinnati Bengals claw their way through the Baltimore Ravens. 30-17.
On the fly. It's on it on the fly. All right. Buffalo at New England. If Buffalo is for real, they need to take this game. This is the game of the week for me. Should come right down to the end, but I got New England 24, Buffalo 23.
Yeah, I have the New England Patriots seeking their independence against the Buffalo Bills, winning 21-20.
I'm trying to catch up on the fly. Are you doing good?
I'm trying, bro.
All right.
This is fun to me. I enjoy
right.
this.
Jacksonville at the Jets.
Uh-oh.
The Jets soar at home, and they win 20-16.
Yeah, I think the New York Jets absolutely strafe the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-10. Top Gun's going to be in the building for that game, I hear. Are you doing the flyover, brother?
I should have said the Jets are going to do a split S.
Top Gun's doing the flyover for that game.
And win at home.
Yes.
All right. Giants visit the Eagles. I'm rooting for the Giants just for the Vikings playoff lives. But you know what? The Eagles fly over the Giants 24-16.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will soar over the Giants 21-7.
21-7.
Now, here's
Okay.
where it gets fun.
Tampa Bay at Carolina. Tom Brady got shut out this week.
He did.
He's going to be mad as hell.
Could it be 2 weeks in a row?
No, he's going to be mad as hell. They will rebound with a decisive victory, 27-17.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have all port and starboard guns ablaze and aimed at Carolina. They will win 50-13.
50-13. Matt Rule might not get on the plane going home.
50 burgers coming.
All right, I got the LA Chargers at Houston. The Chargers, they go on the road and they lasso the Texans. Lock of the week, 30-17.
Oh, I think the LA Chargers go into Houston and shock them out of a win and win the game 40-17. LA Chargers 40, Houston 17.
Got you. All right, Pittsburgh at Kansas City. Pittsburgh surprised me last week, but it won't happen again. Kansas City 30, Pittsburgh 16.
Yeah, Kansas City's at home. They will circle their camp and win 28-10.
28-10. All right, the Raiders are at home against Denver. The Raiders corral the Broncos at home, 23-20.
I see it on the other side. I see the Denver Broncos going into Las Vegas Stadium and bucking the Vegas Raiders into a loss. Denver Broncos 24, Las Vegas Raiders 17.
24-17. All right, final game of the week. The Washington football team visits Dallas Sunday at 8 p.m. The Cowboys spur the Washington football team 27-17.
Yeah, when the Washington football team rolls into Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys will round them up and throw them out of town 40-17.
40-17. All right, that wraps up our picks.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. We're missing.
We got a Monday night game.
What's the Monday night game?
You ready?
Yeah, because I don't have it on here.
In New Orleans
I gotta write this one down.
at 8:15 p.m., the Miami Dolphins come in to visit and play.
Miami at New Orleans, huh?
Yep.
Wow. All right, so
What you got?
I'm gonna let you go first because I don't even have this on my list.
All right, well, I've already picked 3 40 burgers, and you know what? No, I picked 2 40 burgers and a 50 burger. I'm picking another 40 burger for you.
All right.
New Orleans Saints, 40, winning at home. Miami will not be blessed that day. They're going to lose 40-17.
40-17. Well, God, Taysom Hill's gonna be tired.
Have you seen that defense? I don't even know if Miami's going to get 17, to be honest with you.
Their defense has been pretty
The
good.
defense is lights
It's
out.
been pretty good, but
Miami's looking for blessings, but I don't think the Saints are going to bless
been
them.
pretty good. I'm just not confident in them on the road.
They've won 6 in a row, though, I believe.
Yeah, but all good things come to an end.
And so do some bad things.
I got New Orleans squeaking by 21-20.
Oh, close one.
21-20. That's Monday. I don't know how I missed that one. All right,
Maybe if, I don't know which format you had, but
I gotta change it. Change it. All right, let's move on to
man.
the fantasy football update. We're gonna leave the Cap out of this section.
yeah, I have no reason to be involved.
Really
I don't
matters.
deserve it.
But his team was not in the conference championship game.
What's up, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a new place to put you after this week. The fantasy season ended this week for the real deal as he was defeated 138-132 in the conference championship game, trailing by 20 points heading into the Tuesday night games. It was LA Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp versus Phillies tight end Dallas Goedert. Kupp did his part with 34 points, but Goddard countered with 20, securing the win. I watched it, and he caught the first 6 passes of the game for Philly. But all in all, it was a great year. I didn't go out laying an egg, 138 to 132. One game away from the Super Bowl, but I'll take the season one in our world here.
No, you did well. Your team fought, and you dominated pretty much all season. So that was kind of a rarity, but hey, it's football. What do you say?
It's week to week. And you know what? Cordarrelle Patterson got me 4 points, and typically he gets me like 18. And I sat James Robinson because Cordarrelle Patterson got stuffed at the 1 yard line. And that
could have been the difference.
Could have been the difference. I only lost by 6 points. That's 6 points right there. And he would have got 3 yards for scoring a touchdown. Would have been 6.3, 6.0. That was the difference right there.
That's football. My game didn't even count, and we got blasted too.
I didn't even look at it.
It was a ghost game, and we got blasted.
Okay, let's wrap it up for Week 19. Scolders, 12s, and all you football fanatics, thanks for tuning in as always today. Make sure you get the word out on the street to check out all of our episodes. The Vikings, they improved to 7-7 and increased their chance to make the playoffs. I think it sits at around 36% right now. They need to continue to win. I didn't pick them, but I'm going to be in there praying and rooting, and I'm going to make Wilson stay up except for the last, not just the last quarter. And we need to get help from others to sneak into the playoffs. Right now, we're listed as a 7 seed, so we win out and we're in. And I think we could beat Dallas if we were to match up against them. And that's what it's looking like right now if we stay where we're at. A visit from the Rams is up next. And if the Vikings want to have a chance, the offense needs to step up its game. If they lose, their playoff chances will take a big hit. Cap,
My man.
take us home.
All right. As we talked about earlier, change is likely afoot. And you know what? If it goes down, I'll probably be excited about it. It may just be time to turn a new page. Even though this run has been fun, if it's over, I'm glad to have been a part of it. It is likely that our dominant ship may have sailed, only to be offloaded, refurbished, upgraded, and ready for the next long journey later on in the fall of 2022.
Is there going to be any stowaways on there?
We might, if we can stow away DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, we'll stow those guys away. And of course, B Wags, got to have him. So I'm booking my ticket regardless, B Gold, and I hope that you and Top Gun do the same thing. And you know I only travel with Destiny Travelways. So Scolders, I'll be laying low in the cut, watching y'all try to get that elusive hardware and rooting for your success. So as always, Skol on you purple people leaders. 12s, you know how we are supposed to do it, so let's finish strong. All grit, no quit. Let's tighten up the bears at the house and see what's next. It ain't over yet, albeit it's very close. Y'all be good, and we'll catch up with you next week. Emerald up. Peace.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays, everybody out there.
Yes, sir. Happy holidays, y'all.